That's not right. Hello everyone, and welcome to our second MMO review for Black Desert Online. Before we begin, just to remind you, we have 4 different categories, which will average out to a complete score at the end, which are game design, investment, sociability, and atmosphere. So there really isn't much else to say. We can just dive right into it. So please sit back and enjoy our review of Black Desert Online. I'm going to say that like 16 million different times, aren't I? Black Desert Online was first released in 2015 by the Korean company Pearl Abyss, but didn't make it to the States and Europe until around March of 2016. It is an action-based MMO, meaning unlike the traditional click and ability and wait for auto attacks, aiming, dodging, and timing are essential to defeating your enemies. It uses a buy-to-play model, like Albion, and actually has multiple price options as well, but starting at only 10 USD. The package I am currently using for this review is the Traveler's Package, which was purchased during their New Year's sale for $15 instead of $30. There is no monthly subscription, but there are 30-day long value packs which grant you a few perks, but nothing really game-breaking. There is so much to talk about with this game, almost too much to fit into a watchable review. But to get started, this game is beautiful. The graphics are fantastic, the character creator is super in-depth and fantastic, the music really helps draw you in, and the sound effects are on point. On the downside, there are some clipping issues and camera problems. These could just be my computer, but it still detracts from the game itself. There is an overarching story for the game, but I think this might be a problem with presentation and translation, since the story has a good concept, but is executed extremely poorly. From what I understand, your character, at some point, made a pact with an ancient dark spirit to become more powerful. The price? Your memories and being this little shit's lackey while he steals more dark energy and goes from a cute little blob to terrifying pill with teeth to the stuff of damn nightmares. But that's what I have been able to glean from the rather brief quest/dialogue. I know a theoretical library of information and lore is available to you, but it's out of the way and it's easy to ignore, which I did for a while, and I think that really detracts from everything else Black Desert gives you, and as a game, it gives you a lot. To summarize, this game is fun, but it has a few things I gotta go into detail about. Let's start with the good. The controls are solid and easy, the combat is fast-paced and satisfying, and being an action MMO, a certain amount of strategy can be present on how you approach an enemy. There's player housing. I love player housing. It is the best thing ever. Like, the most amazing best thing ever. It's a fun way to really make someone feel at home in an MMO, and the fact that it can be storage or housing is perfect. Like, you can buy a property, and it can be either a house or just a storage facility for all of the plethora of crap this game gives you. The variety of mounts is fun. Local storage and markets are similar to Albion. It's pretty cool. The downsides? Well, combat is really busy. So many enemies around you combined with the variety of skills you can use, but also spam, just makes it hard to see where you are and what you're doing sometimes. The UI is extremely cluttered and hard to work around until you either scale it down or edit it to your liking. And then there's my biggest issue with the game, the really complicated nature of it. If you're new to MMOs, you certainly will be confused and probably overwhelmed from the sheer amount of stuff. The multiple types of currency, the sheer amount of skills, the different combos to do with said skills. If I was less experienced, it would certainly put me off. Speaking of currencies, that's a good example of the complexity of BDO. You have silver coins for the standard type of money you get from quests and monsters, contribution points I believe they were called to buy property, pearls for the real money shop, gold bars and gold coins. I don't know how to get gold coins, I never figured that out. Loyalty points, which I never figured out how to spend. But there's more. There's more than that too. There's so much currency in this game. The social aspects of the game are also pretty complex. To add members to a guild, they need to sign a contract that can also denote a salary that would be paid to them on a daily basis, and even like has leaving and joining restrictions, like you can't join a guild 24 hours after leaving. If you leave before your contract is expired, you get paid a certain amount or you have to pay a certain amount. It's like an official employment contract. The family name system allows you to be friends with someone regardless of what character they're on. This applies to guilds as well. Clans are like smaller guilds, except they don't have the contract, and it's free to come and go as you please. More of traditional guilds, but you can only have up to 15 members. And there is guild housing, but it's only temporary, and the location goes up for auction every 2 weeks. So yeah, you could permanently own a piece of property, but you have to make sure that you pay for it every 2 weeks. There is so much to Black Desert Online. It is a complex game with a lot to offer, and for a minimum of $10, it's totally worth the investment. A few key good and bad points at the end here. Classes are divided by gender, which I think is strange and just a little unnecessary, especially since many classes are just the exact same thing, but a male or female variant. It's a lot of fun to play, but it is bogged down with maybe too many different abilities or button combinations. And the amount of complexity makes a really in-depth and enjoyable game, but it could turn off new players, and while it's extremely beautiful, the English release needs to work on the way it presents itself and its story. There's also a feature called Awakening that I forgot to cover earlier, where you get a new weapon and are a lot more powerful, but you don't get that until about level 56, I believe. I wasn't able to get that far because my extra XP bonuses ran out, and I ran out of time working on this. But I really was looking forward to getting some footage for you all. I apologize that I couldn't, but I digress. The scores are up on the screen now. If you disagree, let me know in the comments. These average out to give Black Desert Online a 7.5 out of 10, and I would certainly recommend this game to anyone who wants to sink their teeth into a new MMO. I know for a fact this will be one the Entertainmates will be playing together for a while. But if you're new at MMOs, I would recommend something different. Maybe World of Warcraft. It might not be up your alley, but it's certainly much easier to get started in that and then move on to something more complicated like this than to start off with this overwhelming and rather cluttered mess. Either way, like I said, fantastic game. So I hope you all enjoyed our review of Black Desert. It's time to find out what I'll be playing next time. So let me get out my dice bag, pull out a D10, if I can find one. Here we go. And roll. Looks like we'll be playing Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn. It's a game I've played before, so I'll have a lot to say about it. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching The Entertainmates. If you enjoyed that, please check out some of our other videos that'll be on the screen now. And please be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. You can also check out our Facebook and Twitter. Links are in the description. Thanks for watching, everyone.